How has your day been?
Beautiful so far.
Okay. Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Thank you. Seated before you here is Miss Yvette Akushayebwa, a level 200 student from the Nutrition Department here in the Fred N. Binka School of Public Health. I had my upper, basic and lower education in the Eastern region of Ghana. I'm a self-motivated person and I love to motivate others as well. I'm outspoken. All right. Thank you. I'm outspoken and I hate to see wrong and go all quiet. Hence, people think that I'm a talkative, but no. I talk when necessary. Also, I believe in teamwork, as teamwork is strength, unity, and progressive. Also, I hate to work under stress, so I make sure that I work and bring out or submit to my responsibilities before the deadline. At my free times, I love to listen to music and also have a conversations with brilliant minds to add up to my knowledge. Thank you.
Okay. So I'll give the opportunity to my panel members to ask you.
Thank you.
The question you have.
The first name. What's your first name?
Yvette, please.
Yvette.
Yes, please.
You're welcome once again.
Thank you.
Okay. So Yvette, please can you tell us, or can you tell me why you want to become the WOCOM, the Women Commissioner?
All right. Thank you very much. I believe, or I have the ability to serve. I have the ability to motivate. I have the ability to mobilize people. And so I believe that this is the best portfolio for me.
Okay, so right now, I may ask that in UHAS, okay, or let me just take Hohoe campus for instance. How is the situation about you ladies? Yeah. Like, are you united, like one, you guys, in case a program is being organized, the women participate fully, or is there anything like that?
Participate? Yes. Fully? No.
So what do you think is the cause of that lacking?
I believe that it's all about the zeal and the love for what is going on, the activity that is going on. And also, I believe that the major reason is the organization.
So are you trying to say the current WOCOM is incompetent?
At all. She's very competent.
So why, you said they are not participating because of the kind of activities that maybe they are organizing?
Yes, please.
So that means the activities that the current WOCOM has been organized enough, right?
Right.
So that means the WOCOM is not competent to organize proper, programs or activities. Is that what you mean?
No, please.
So what do you mean by that?
What I mean is, fine, okay, let me restructure the answer. Okay. It depends on the kind of activity that's going on in the school at the moment. I can gladly and confidently say that the only activities that women or the ladies here on SPH campus participate effectively is when it comes to the pageantry. That's the face of SPH, and the Miss UHAS. Even with the Miss UHAS, it becomes a bit of a problem because we have to move from here all the way up there. So the activity that is confidently, or yes, I can say that much participation goes into is the face of SPH.
Okay, so let's say you are being elected into office. What are you going to do, okay, to get full participation of these ladies that are not having interest in these kind of activities they are talking about? What are you going to do? What difference are you going to make?
Thank you.
I'm not talking about your experience.
Yeah.
Your abilities. I mean, what are you going to do?
Right. The former or the past WOCOM, she did excellent job, but I believe that it needs more work. That's with the mobilization. and trying to talk them into it. So with me, what I want to do, or what I would do most, is mobilize the leaders, because here on SPH campus, I can confidently tell you that the women or the leaders are way more than the men. So it's about talking to them and igniting the passion that they have to bring out on board.
The current Hukum has not been mobilizing them.
She did.
So what new thing are you going to do? You are just saying what the current one is doing, and maybe you are just going to, continue doing it. What new thing, like, what are you going to do for us to say that, okay, Madam Yvette, during her administration, this is the new thing she did, and then the women, they've started, participating in the activities that is being organized on the campus. What new thing are you going to do?
UHAS here on SPH.
Yes, here on this campus.
It's basically my little stay on campus here has taught me that it all has to do with mobilization. So what I will do is effective and constant mobilization.
How? Through which means? How are you going to do that?
Talking with them, and like I said earlier, making them see the necessity in coming out and involved in the activities of the SRC.
Do you think there's a reason for them not coming out, apart from you saying the activities that they do organize are not really interesting? Do you think there's something that maybe is pushing them off?
Aside academics, the next thing is the activities.
Okay, so you brought in academics, right?
Yes, please.
Fine. So, academics. So let's say 1/3 of the ladies are saying that it's because of academics. That's why we are not participating in the activities that's being organized on campus. As a welcome, what are you going to do about it? Probably that will be my last question.
Okay. So, in as much as other activities comprises the university, I feel and I think that the main and most important reason why we are here is academics. So if there's a program where or that contradicts with the program that we are going to have, I would sit with my board or my committee, and then we can do a reschedule. The current parliament or the current committee, they did a great job. We're supposed to have a program which clashed with a quiz that the level 200s were supposed to have. They did an excellent job by shifting shifting the program to a next week. And gracefully, we all attended the program, and it was beautiful.
Okay, so what if a lecturer, it's insisting, that lecturer is insisting that whether you come to class or not, I'm organizing my IE, I'm conducting my IE. Would you allow the students, the ladies, go and write the IE, or you convince them to come for the program that you're organizing? In case maybe you've scheduled it to another day and another IE is flashing, what would you do?
Okay, so I believe that as a student populace, we don't write IEs at the same time. Level 100s write IEs differently, level 200s write IE differently, and so on and so forth. So, in as much as everybody can't come for the program, I believe that those people who can't come for the program, fine, should go and have their IEs. Because I know that it's not going to be little, the rest that can come for the program would come for the program. And after that, measures will be put in place to ensure that those who couldn't make up for the program get a feel or understand what we did during the program in their absence.
Okay, sure. So, Ms. Yabua.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I just want to move straight up to your policies. Policy number 3. Yeah, so I read, develop alliance and collaborate with main campus, organization and other groups. So I remember vividly in one of your answers to my honorable member, you did mention that sometimes the participation is sometimes low, per virtue of the fact that they have to move all the way up there, which I believe you're referring to who.
Yes,
I think
please.
you cited the Miss, you have an example.
Yes, please.
So I just want to understand, first up, How are you going to develop this alliance? Before my second question comes in. So like this alliance, I want the how, I want the practicality. Okay, so one, I'm going to do this, then I'll do this, and I'll do that. How will you develop these alliances?
Alliances with.
Yeah, it said develop alliance and collaborate with main campus, organizations, and other groups.
Yes.
So I want to understand how you are developing these alliances, like generally, but I still want it in a practical way.
Okay, in respect to activities that are done in Hohoe.
In respect to the policy that you have presented.
What I meant was the alliance is going to be connected or is going to be brought about with the main campus.
Wonderful. So
exactly.
I'll be cutting you short, not because you are saying something else. It means I've
Okay.
gotten what you want to mean. So now to the second part of my question. Now, if you develop these alliances, right, and the main groups are like on the whole campus, just as you stated earlier, wouldn't it still go back to the same situation or the same problem that you have identified? As sometimes the distance causes these women or these ladies not to participate in this activities.
Distance. The distance right here is, or the main campus with having their structures. Because, of course, you can see that here in SPH we don't have much structures. But I believe that in as much as we are able to organize programs successfully, some programs should be brought here, even if not every program. At least some should be brought here. Example, say if you're having the UHAS, for example, some of the, maybe a mid, say, okay, we have a full program, why wouldn't you bring half of it here and then do the rest up there, so that those here can also have a feel of what is going on in UHAS as a whole and not bringing or taking SPH out of context.
Okay, sure. So I think I'll move on to the second question. Second policy, I read, give voice to issues on campus that directly impact women, right?
Yes, please.
I want to mention maximum 4 of those issues that you have identified that impact women on SPH campus. I'll limit you to that.
All right, thank you. 4.
Maximum, so you mean you can mention less than 4.
All right, all right. Taking up, yeah, sure. Taking up,
Okay.
yeah, taking up roles and leadership roles. That is one major problem.
Would you consider yourself a feminist? First off, who is a feminist?
Sorry, I have no idea.
What? Oh, you have no idea?
Yes, please.
Okay. Would you consider yourself an activist for female empowerment?
Yes, please.
You would?
Yes, please.
So my last question before we move on. Now, if you should look at the vetting panel, 8 members on the vetting panel, we don't have any lady, unless probably one of us is maybe trans or something, but I don't believe so. We are all males, right?
Sure.
We all identify as cis males. How do you feel of how do you feel being vetted in an era of female empowerment where we want to champion women inclusion? How do you feel? I want you to answer objectively about being in front of an 8-member panel and there is no female on it.
Disappointed, heartbroken. I feel like crying.
Miss Yvette,
Yes, sir.
how are you doing?
Doing very well, thank you.
So we are vying for the position of provincial income, right?
Women Commissioner, yes, please.
My first question is very straightforward. Why is it that over the years, most of the schools establish WUCOM, but we don't have a men's commission?
We don't have
A men's commission.
a men's commission.
Yeah. Do you believe in gender equality and gender equity?
Yes, I do.
So you are not just doing this like he said, you are not a feminist, are you?
No.
As in, you are not radical.
No,
so
no,
you
no,
believe
not
in
at all.
gender equality.
Yes, please.
You feel like men should be given opportunities just like women should be given opportunities. So why do you think that in most of the constitutions in our sister schools and UHAS, we have WUCOM, but we don't have WUCOM? There is no men's commission. Why?
Okay, thank you. I wouldn't be able to say much for the other institutions, but I can say here. Thank you. I believe that most of you, if not all of you, have been here during a full campus where you have the whole school populace. You would be it's a beautiful moment where you see just ladies. Majority of the people or the students here are ladies, beautiful ladies, I must add.
So because majority of you are ladies, that is why there has to be a recall.
I feel that even though the men are the heads, the women, we carry the men. Exactly. We are the neck of the men. So we twist the whole school twist because we are the majority.
In as much as I get what you're trying to say, let's stick to the constitution. Can you give me constitutionally 5 functions of the WUCOM?
Constitutionally?
Yeah.
Well, I would say that maybe I didn't go through it well, but I saw 3.
I'm listening to you.
Right. So the first that I saw was automatically, as a SRC Provincial WUCOM, I become a WUCOM to the NUCs. And so I believe that activities that are done by the Women Commissioner for SRC should be done for the NUCs as well. Then the second is also to act as a link or a voice between the students' body, majority, the ladies, and the student populace as a whole. And so you become a voice, like as an intermediator between the students. Exactly. And then also the third point is that I would assist the federal WUCOM in her day-to-day activities concerning
That's
UHAS.
fine. I mean, I really don't like questioning ladies because the moment you question ladies in some way, you are tagged as,
Yeah.
So I want to ask one final question, right?
Okay.
So you've written in your CV beautifully that you exhibit excellent interpersonal skills and you have the ability to gain trust and respect of others. Right? Am I right?
Right.
You have the ability to gain trust and respect.
Right.
So I want to ask you that based on what you've written here, when you come into office, are you listening?
Very listening.
When you come into office, there is not going to be a single debt on you.
Dirt.
Yes. Debt. D-I-R-T.
DRT.
Yes.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
So would you say that this current administration, in like this current WUCOM, has debt on here?
Dirt.
Yes.
Can you help me understand the debt?
When was the last time you were in parliament? Or when was the last time you were in any parliamentary sitting?
Never been.
You've never been in a parliamentary sitting?
Yes, please.
Are you aware the provincial WUCOM is supposed to be a parliamentary member?
Yes, please.
So why haven't you been in any parliamentary meeting before?
Well, I believe it's because I haven't taken up the portfolio yet.
Are you abreast with the issues that the WUCOM face with regards to her day-to-day activities, which you quoted?
Her main problem or issues were with funds.
With funds?
Yes, please.
And how
If
did
I
you get
should-
to know that? If you were not in parliament?
I spoke with her. I spoke with her. I had a one-on-one conversation with her.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, Miss Yvette, right?
Yes, sir.
So you mentioned that there are 3 functions of yours.
Yes, please.
Where can it be found in the Constitution?
Please come again.
Where can it be found in the Constitution? The 3 functions you stated.
Article 29.
Article 29.
Yes, please.
And you're supposed to assist the WUCOM
Yes,
in
please.
performing a day-to-day activity.
Yes, please.
Where can the functions of the WUCOM be found in the Constitution?
Functions.
Because if you don't know the functions, then she can move you up and down. What are the functions of the WUCOM? Where can it be found in the Constitution?
Article 29, if I'm correct.
Article 29 is for the provincial WUCOM. And one of the functions is that you support the WUCOM, federal WUCOM.
Yes, please.
So where are the functions, where is it stated in the Constitution, the function of the Women's Commission?
Sorry, I didn't come across that. I'll make a reference and I'll get back to you.
Okay, so there's one issue that a woman, and you didn't hear of this case about women empowerment. It was all over the news.
That
one woman, one of the 100 female student was raped. We heard it.
they were raped.
She was
by
raped
4.
by 4.
Yeah, I think the lady and the boyfriend and
Yes,
other
Other two
Tiwi.
came in. Good. So then that brings me to my question: sexual harassment. So if someone approaches you, that a lecturer, a member of staff, the senior members, is asking for sexual advantage, or the vetting panel, yes. So after here, maybe the 9, some people decide to, some decide to take your contact and sexual advances for them to pass you.
To
What-
pass me.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm giving you scenario.
Okay.
So the lecturer has noticed the student is not performing. Because I don't know if the student is performing. Okay, some can say they'll fail you. So the student has to give sex in return for marks or to pass. And the person approach you. University of Health and Allied Sciences. How are you going to deal with it?
Thank you. I remember vividly, that was last semester, if not last semester, early this semester, an issue of such popped up, and the first person we contacted was His Honorable SRC Provincial President right here, and then he also asked, that was what? The lady in question spoke to him. Well, I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but it happened that they had a relationship. So she walked up to him, and the next step was the lecturer in respect to that, which is Miss Mary Ampoma, and they spoke about.
Continue.
Right, thank you. So the issue was presented before Miss Mary Ampoma, and further steps were taken. I'm sorry to say, I don't know what happened after that.
But you have the student handbook, right?
Please come again.
You have the student handbook.
Yes, please, I do.
And this one. So this is mine, 2016, 2017. Because it's in this book. When you open, because, and then you have sexual harassment, and you have to report it either formally or informally.
Sure.
And there are criteria for a formal one. And so you talk to them,
Yeah.
and if they can't handle, or they talk to the person, so then they pass it formally.
Yeah.
So please, these issues are, UHAS is not an angelic school. So what have been happening in tech can't happen here.
Sure.
So as a woman, I was talking that you mentioned problems, issues, and he asked, what issues have you identified? That was an issue that came up. Wasn't it an issue that came up?
For me?
You said to voice, give a voice to issues on campus that directly impact women. Isn't this an issue that directly impact women?
Yes, please.
So I thought when you asked to give an example, you even have an incident, either late last semester or this semester,
Yes, please.
and one has even happened in tech, telling us that UHAS is not different. So you have seen the policy.
Exactly.
Okay, so that is one. You said, okay, let me go back to your constitution. The part, the Women's Commission is Article 88
Okay.
in the SRC Constitution. And I just want to read 2 for you. So, Article 88, Clause 1C, helping to prepare female students for more responsible and responsive role in life after school. That is one. Then E, inculcating in female students a sense of inclusion, solidarity, active participation in campus activity. With the current situation of UHAS, how are you going to encourage female in terms of responsive role and their responsibility after school, taking into account the current situation?
Current situation.
Yes, of the management of UHAS SRC. Taking into account the current situation of the management of UHAS, University of Ghana, their school itself, not SRC, their school management.
Okay.
So take into account, and answer this question, take into account
Okay.
the leading heads of the management of the school and how to achieve these two rules I've made mention of.
Your
Who are the
questions?
leading in this school? Who are the supposed to be the lead, the heads in terms of management of the university?
You have the dean, if I'm correct.
The dean,
The dean, the HODs,
the school management, so the dean of students,
the dean, vice chancellor,
vice chancellor,
registrar.
registrar. So taking this into consideration, how are you going to implement the two policies I've read?
Please read them again.
So one, helping to prepare the female students for a more responsible and responsive role in life after school, and inculcating in the female student a sense of inclusion, solidarity, and active participation in campus activities.
Thank you. In respect to the first point, role and after school, we have this wonderful program that is being done every year for freshers. Yes, so once you settle in as a fresher, His Honorable SRC President, you are here, and if I'm correct, the HOD for nutrition, Prof. Zotto, they collaboratively or collectively organize a program where they tell or they teach, they actually inculcate into you what you're supposed to, the program you're supposed to do, and what you do after school. So I think that program is one means and one way to help
Thank you.
in
What I wanted,
building that role.
the dean of students is a female,
Okay.
the registrar is a female,
Yes, please.
the vice chancellor is a female.
Yes,
And
please.
you want, and these people are in people of high position, and we are females, and want to bring females on board. You have this. That's why I said having that in mind. And these are people who are females. So can't you then have a policy of bringing the females that we have in our institution to come and build the females, because you are here to work for females.
Yes, please.
So why are you not looking at the immediate environment? The dean of students, the registrar, they are often, that's why I mentioned, not mention the heads of department, I said no.
Yes, please.
These are females. And bring them on board because they have the experience and they are there. So why not that? Because these are the current situation around you. And they are going to be here for how many years, I don't know. But next year, they will still be there with your administration.
Yes, please.
And why is it not a policy? Okay, so what is the core mandate of the NUCs? Is it a fair question? What is the core mandate of local NUCs? Is it a fair question?
No, please.
But you are Women Commissioner for and for the NUCs. So then
Yes.
a question, is it a fair question now?
Yes, it is.
So what's the core mandate of the local NUCs?
Sorry, I have no idea. I'll make reference and I'll get back to you.
So now that you are going to push the agenda of females, local NUCs does not separate male from female. So then how are they going to add the guys, so the male, into your function now? Because you are a women's commissioner for the local NUCs. So then the local NUCs, you are also going to there for women.
No.
So how are they not going to help the males? Because there's no policy here to help the males.
It's honorable said, please, what did you say again? The men commissioner?
Yeah, the men's
Yes, please. I love that word. Yes, please. We'll add it. We'll add the men come to it.
Okay, so
Yes,
I think my last two
We'll add
questions. So last two questions. Who is the first female vice chancellor? In Ghana.
In Ghana.
Yeah, in Ghana.
Professor Jane Nana Mensah.
Jane.
Nana.
So, is that your answer?
Professor Jane Nana. Let's exclude the Mensah.
And let's forget the
Yes,
Mensah.
please.
Okay. So if Mrs. Jane Mensah is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana, who then is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of UHAS SRC?
Electoral Commission.
Yeah, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of the UHAS SRC. The one that is supposed to apply everything of yours in your document, submit to. Who is that person?
Professor Joyce.
You know him.
No, I don't know.
You don't know him.
No, please.
So if I tell you that you know him, will you believe it?
You know, and you're telling me I know him. So
Yes,
I believe.
I'm telling you that you know him.
Okay. Let's mention the name and see if I know him. Please.
Do you think he's among us? Who?
Oh, honorable, excellent.
Okay,
So
thank you
sorry.
very much.
See, I must commend you on. I mean, you are the first person to come and make everybody calm and relax. And that one day I must commend you.
Okay, Madam Akosia,
Yes, sir.
please, do you know that the WUCOM have to have some executives, as in the WUCOM executives? Do you know of that?
Yes, please, I
Can
know.
you mention them? Executives of WUCOM, can you mention them?
I have no idea, but I want to try. Is that accepted?
Yeah, you can try.
Secretary?
Pardon?
Secretary? Of course, since it's a women's commission, I have an organizer. And then, should there be a PRO? Maybe.
Okay,
Thank you.
so you have the chairperson, the vice chairperson,
Okay.
with what you have said. Okay. So, do you think it is appropriate or right to give men these executive positions?
Those are main positions, vital positions. Well, I don't think they can hold positions, but vital positions, I think it should be in the power and the range of the women.
So, if I get you right, meaning the men cannot help the WUCOM to achieve its goals.
I said they can hold roles in the committee, but vital and major roles should be given to the women.
Like the vice chairperson, the treasurer, the secretary. You don't think men have to take that position?
They can. They can take, or you want to specify on those three. Are you specifying the three?
We talked about the chairperson, the vice chairperson, the secretary, the treasurer, the organizing secretary, and the vice organizing secretary. And I'm asking if it is appropriate, to your best of knowledge, that men should take part in this executive position.
Yes, please.
And why?
Men should be part because, like I stated earlier, I stand for gender equality. And I think it would be very much unfair to totally exclude the men from these positions because somehow, somewhere, they have influence in or on us.
So let's say you take somebody, let's say a man, to join this your executive, and you're about to make, let's say, and you want to bring out a policy or do like achieve your policies. Don't you think they can pull your legs like something like that? Because all the things you'll be doing over here will be directed for, let's say, to bring impact to women. Don't you think the men in your executive may be trying to
No.
Kill agenda.
No, please.
Are you sure?
At all.
Well, I think I have some few questions over here for you. Do you know the current provincial Hukum?
Current.
Yes.
Yes, please.
Her name.
Miss Bello Aisha.
What about the federal?
I know of a single name, which is, that's how we, Miss Young.
Miss Young.
Yes, please. That's how I call her.
Okay, so my honorable panels asked if what you would do if, let's say, group of men sexually harass, let's say, a female. So what will you do if, let's say, group of ladies abuse a guy, either physically, sexually, or verbal? What will you do?
Thank you. I know for a fact that the sexual harassment policy doesn't address just the ladies. It cuts across the whole of the institution. So the same procedure I'm going to follow, if it should be for the women, I'll follow the same procedure for the men as well.
Well, my last question. I am 6.7 feet tall, and you can see I have quite some muscles. Will you believe that a lady of your stature would rape me?
Would rape you?
Yes.
No. I don't believe
believe
it at all.
Are you sure?
At all. At all.
Are
I
you
don't
sure?
believe. I don't believe. Where does
In the spirit of gender equality, right? What men can do, women can do better.
Exactly.
So if a man can rape a lady,
a lady
don't
can
you think a
also
lady
rape
can also rape a man?
a man? A follow-up question. Where did the rape occur? Where did the rape occur? Like where? Where did it happen?
Anywhere, like.
No, in your particular, in your case, where did it happen?
Let's say in your room.
In your room.
No, the ladies' room.
Hey. How did you get to the ladies' room? That's the first question I'll ask you.
Pardon?
Yes. Please. You're saying how did he get into the room?
Yes, please.
But in that sense, let's reverse the gender, okay? If a lady is raped in a guy's room, the first question wouldn't be, I throw it to you, that the first question wouldn't be, what did she go and do in that room? In fact, advocates are even saying that we can't say that a lady was raped because of the miniskirt she was wearing. So in that same regard, you can't say because she went to your room, it gives you the right to rape her. In that same regard, so that question cannot work here.
Right.
Just to add up to it, we might be laughing, but it's as serious as it can get.
Sure.
Because there are students day in, day out. Most of the general public is not privy to such knowledge, but there are students day in, day out, UHAS, that are harassed by men, that are harassed by lecturers.
Yes.
I mean, it's serious. So, in as much as you might be laughing, who come?
Yes,
It's
please.
as serious as it can
Yes,
get.
please. Thank you.
So some little education.
Yes, sir.
In Ghana's criminal act, the criminal act,
Okay.
Act 29, from section, I think 100, it stated a man cannot be raped.
A man cannot be
Raped
raped.
because the organ of penetration is the penis.
Yes.
So a woman does not possess that. So a woman cannot be charged as raping a man, but a woman can be charged for sexual harassment. So he cannot be raped.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank
whether
you.
the man say he has been raped or not, it cannot be proven in court. But it's true the sexual harassment, both sex. But in our student handbook, sexual harassment starts from touch, on sexual touch to rape.
Okay.
So that means the rape is excluded for the males. So a man cannot be raped based on Ghana's criminal
Yes, sir.
act.
Thank you.
I'm okay, so Miss Yvette,
Yes, sir.
please, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Okay, so my questions, okay,
Okay.
are targeted to the practicality of or the feasibility of your policies. I hope I'm getting it. So all my questions will be centered on when you assume office, or if you assume office. I hope you are getting it.
Yes, sir.
So in that spirit, I'll be making statements that are going to address your work in office.
Yes, sir.
Do you get it? So the first question that I'll be asking is that your last policy, do you have a copy there?
No, please.
Okay. So it states that the Ladies' Week in SRC Week celebration.
Yes.
Ladies' Week in SRC Week celebration. So I'm asking, I know that 7 days makes up a week, right? So how can you have a week within a week?
Yes, please.
So
It's.
can you?
Thank
comment
you.
on that?
Yes, please. On my part, as an error, I think it was supposed to be a day in the week.
A day in the week.
Yes,
okay, it's
please.
fine. Now, as a follow-up question, I won't take any answer you've given here. I'm starting afresh. I hope you're getting it.
Yes, please.
Can men serve in the Women Commission?
Yes, please.
Men can serve in the
Yes,
Women
please.
Commission. Do you know the source of authority for a Women Commission? Like they say, for the Women Commission, do you know the source of authority? If you are going to serve in that portfolio, do you know your source of authority?
No, please.
You don't know your source of authority?
Source of authority,
Yes.
the SRC president. If it's within the SRC, I think
No,
it's
if you assume office, what would be your source of authority?
SRC president.
So,
Yeah,
all the
president.
dispensation of your duty, you go in the name of your SRC president. If you want to engage management, you go that from my SRC president, I would want to do this.
The question.
You don't
I'm
get
not-
the question.
Yes, please.
What is your source of authority for the portfolio? What is the source of authority for the portfolio you are going for?
The first is a federal, because
Okay, so
I'm
I-
assisting
let's
her.
just- it's the constitution. That
Oh,
is
okay.
where your duties and everything is enshrined. I hope I get it.
Yes, please.
Yes. So when you are discharging your duties, everything should be made in reference to the constitution.
Yes, please.
Okay. I would want to ask, since you don't know that the constitution is your source of authority, what assurance are we having that when you come into office, you will do what is expected of you and you'll be held accountable for your action? Because what would hold you accountable? You don't even know what it is. So what
Thank you.
is the assurance that you'll be held accountable for whatever you do?
Thank you. I didn't know that it was the constitution that has the highest authority, I've been told. So from henceforth, I would try as much as possible, not try, but I'll put in much effort to read from the constitution and abide by the rules and regulations in them.
So if that is the case, then men cannot serve in
Okay.
the Women's Commission. I hope I get it.
Yes, please.
And the reason why they can't serve is that it's clearly stated in the Constitution that men cannot serve.
Okay.
Do you get it? So
Yes, please.
Article 88, Clause 5, I
Okay.
think it's stated in that. Do you get it? Yes. Do you think that section is biased or it's reasonable? Only females are qualified to serve as an executive in the Women's Commission. Do you get it? So male cannot serve as executives. Do you get it? Yes. So do you think that part of the Constitution makes sense? Do you think it's biased or it's not biased? It's gender bias. So would you want to change it when you come to office? When you assume office, would you want to change it? You talk to who? So the Electoral Commission forms, they are the makers of the Constitution, or the Electoral Commission. Okay. It's fine.
So I just want to make a correction. It's Act 29. is section 97, 98, 99. 97, 98, 99. There, it's not 100 hours. So it's 97 to 99. So that's a correction. So at 29, when you get, you can read it.
Okay, Miss Yvette. Hope you are doing well. Okay, from your earlier statement, you made mention that you are an advocate for gender equality.
Yes, please.
So I want to ask you, do you know the number of women or females in the Ghanaian parliament?
No, please.
Oh, okay, it's 40. Okay,
40.
yeah.
Thank you.
Now, can you tell me the current minister for gender?
No, please.
You don't know?
Yes, please.
But you are someone who advocates for gender equality, that's women empowerment, and you don't know such things.
I'll reference and I'll get myself abreast with it.
You said?
I'll reference and I'll get myself abreast with it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Can you tell me some of the challenges the ladies face on this campus?
Please come again.
Can you tell me some of the challenges women or ladies on Hohoe campus face?
First off, I've been taught sexual harassment.
Oh, okay.
Main.
Is that
Then
the,
sexual harassment being the main point, and then inability of the women to confidently come out and take up roles that are supposed to be taken by women.
is that all?
Yes, please, for
Oh,
now.
okay. Do you know the population of SPH here? If I'll ask.
No, please.
All right. But you can attest that women are more than what the guys.
Yes, please.
And then when you look at our washroom, you can see it's only 3 rooms allocated to the females.
Yes, please.
And as a public health student, do you think that's good?
No, please.
No. So when you come, okay, let's say when you pass the vet and then you become the what, women's commissioner for Hohoe campus, what are you going to do about that?
The main problem we are facing on UHAS SPH is the infrastructures. We don't have much infrastructures. So I can't think of any.
Now, some ladies do complain that probably around the afternoons of the day-to-day lecture,
Yes, please.
when they get to the washroom, it's like the tea roll, the tissue they use there is finished. Have you heard of that issue before?
I've experienced that issue before.
And have you done anything to address that issue?
Have I?
Have you done anything to address that issue?
Not yet.
Not yet, because
Yes,
you are not having that position. Or
Maybe.
maybe.
Yes, please.
So meaning until we give you that mandate, you are not going to do anything about it.
I'll do something about it because issues affecting women is paramount. It's a passionate one.
Okay. You made mention earlier that women are not able to what? Take bold decisions or bold steps to vie for such positions.
Yes,
like,
please.
okay. So since maybe let's say now you are the women's commissioner, what are you going to do about that?
What am I going to do about? I would ignite into them the passion to see reasons. It would have been beautiful to have about 5 of ladies or women seated here. It sort of encourages women to move on and go further in taking up roles. So I would encourage them to take up such roles.
Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
You knew we'll be having vetting, right?
Yes, please.
And you know that by all means, there will be a slot for student populace.
Yes, please.
Did you make any effort to empower the ladies in your class that apply for such slot?
For the vetting,
Yeah. You said you would be happy if you saw 5 women here.
yes, please.
So do you make any effort to tell them that, oh, there is something going on like this, so you just apply?
I did. I spoke to a few of them, and the response was, I can't take up the risk, or I can't, take up the risk of paying transportation or going all the way from here up there to vet and then come back. It's tiresome, even though I try to make them see reasons with why they should go.
Oh, okay. And I hope you're a student of UHAS, right?
Yes, please.
And then from your CV, I can see that your hobbies, you have something like singing, choral, and meditative gospel songs.
Yes, please.
Please, can you sing the UHAS anthem for me?
No, please.
You can't sing it?
No, please.
Why?
I've heard of the anthem, but I haven't paid particular attention to it.
But you're a student, as
Yes,
a patriotic student of this university,
Yes,
at
please.
least the first stanza and then the chorus should be abreast with it.
Yes, please.
So how come?
I didn't think of it that way. You have elected me. I'll do that. And
That
get back
is
to you.
meaning you don't have the school at heart.
I
Oh.
do.
But at least.
I do.
At least. Eh? Oh, okay. That's my last question.
Thank you.
Hello, Madam. Your boy Yvette Akwisia.
Yes, sir.
How have you found the vetting so far?
So far, so good.
So if tomorrow or a day comes and we declare the results and you don't make it, how will you take it?
Please come again.
If within the week results are declared from the vetting and you don't make it, how will you take it?
How would I take it?
Yes, please.
In as much as it would be heartbreaking, I believe that you, seated in front of me, know the right people to take up such roles. So, even though I'm confident and I think that I can fill in that portfolio, I trust in your judgments.
What if our judgments are not true? Will you sue us?
If I'm supposed to, I will.
You sue us?
Yes, please.
Okay. My last question. What skill over the years have you gathered that makes you fit for the Women's Commissioner?
Confidence, the ability to ignite passion into people to do what they never thought they would do, and also mobilization.
Thank you.
Thank you, too.
We'll now take questions from the students' body.
All right.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you have any last words for the panel?
Good evening, Miss Yvette. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So,
No,
can you hear
please.
me?
No, please.
You can hear me.
Yes, please.
Okay. So, as a will come, if a female lecturer harass a male student and it's reported to you, how best can you make decision?
How best can I make decisions?
Yes.
Thank you. Sexual harassment has the formal and informal routes of reporting issues such as that. I've been taught by the panel that are not reported as part of the sexual harassment, but I'll make a follow-up, ask questions, and the appropriate measures will be taken.
Did you say are part or are not part?
Maybe I didn't hear you right, but what I heard was they are not part.
I said sexual harassment starts from the advances as in touch, words, verbal, to rape.
Okay.
It is the rape, like I said in the section 97 to 99.
That men are not part.
Men cannot be raped,
Okay.
but men can be sexually harassed in terms
Okay.
of touch
All right.
and that stuff.
Okay.
So yes.
Thank you very
You can
much.
do that.
So I would reframe my answer. What I would do is, we have, like I said earlier, the formal and informal route of reporting issues as such. So I'll take up that route and do a follow-up and ensure that such activity or such problem is not repeated.
Okay. I all know that this is a professional institution.
Yes, please.
And with that regards, it's a health institution.
Yes, please.
Now, we the students and then even the lecturers do complain about how the ladies dressed on campus.
I can hear you, please.
How the ladies do dress to campus. Some of them wear dresses that are like they are almost naked. So how are you going to address that issue as a women's commissioner?
Okay, thank you. I don't believe that change is, as in you can have a one-time change. They say change is a constant thing that happens to man. And I also believe that in talking and recently to avoid issues such as sexual harassment, so I'll make them understand that their indecent dressing is one of the major reasons or factors that brings about sexual harassment, which is a key problem on campus.
Okay, thank you very much for
Thank
coming.
you.
You have it.
Final.
Kindly look at the and say some nice words to your well wishers out there.
Okay, good day, ladies and gentlemen. It's Yvette, Ms. Akusha Yvette here again, aspiring for the Provincial SRC Hohoe. I have a lot of aspirations and objectives that I intend to bring on board if I am vetted or if I am brought into power. I can't do this all by myself. I need your support and I need your vote. And with that, we shall attain these objectives. Thank you.
community health. Yes, I'm interested in singing. I like to find myself. Yes. Please, Provincial Treasurer.
Hello, Miss Messi. Sorry that you are not feeling too well. Wish you a speedy recovery. For starters, your curriculum vitae or CV, it's a very comprehensive one. I must commend you. But one key component of a CV is referees.
Oh, okay.
And you don't have referees. What do you have to say about that, please?
Pardon?
What do you have to say about that?
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'll go and update it and then I'll add the referees to it.
I didn't get you, please.
Pardon?
I didn't get you.
Please, you are saying that there are no referees, like references or people that you can contact or something?
Yes, please.
Yes, so I'm saying that I would update it again and do that.
So where can we expect the updated document?
The updated one. Oh, I can send it to you personally when I update it. Maybe today after.
Personally.
Good afternoon, Miss.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hope you are doing well.
Yes, I'm fine.
Yeah. Please, which?
I talk louder, very loud, but I'm really having some issues. But okay.
Okay. In reviewing your policy, that point number 2 stated investing some part of the SRC's money. Please, which kind of investment are you trying to use our money for? Is it personal or?
Oh, no, not personal investment, but I was thinking that in order to improve upon the funds or the financial status of the SRC, maybe we can agree, maybe all the 3 treasurers can agree, and the president and the whole parliament can agree that maybe we will take part of the SRC's money and then invest it in any business or in anything that can like increase the amount of the SRC. So that is the investment that I was talking about.
Okay. When you talk about investment, okay, you can either what gain or what lose.
Yes.
So here lies the case. Let's say in the SRC coffers you have, let's say, 1 billion Ghana cedis, and you thought it wise to invest, let's say, 500,000 of that money into a well-growing business, and along the line the business collapse and your money is not refundable. What are you going to do?
Yes, so I don't know if you read the prescriptions that I stated clearly that investments, I know, is sometimes it's risky, but that is why for the start you wouldn't push a lot of funds into it, since we know that it's win or lose. So you have to invest parts or maybe some portion to see how far it will go. So if it profits, we will all benefit from it.
Have you heard of men's gold before?
Yes, I know.
Oh, okay. Some people
It's
were
true.
having trust issues, okay?
Yes.
And then they started investing what? In bits by bit.
Yeah.
And they realized that, oh, this business is booming. So the moment they've sent all their what? Financial, their monies into the business, that's when it collapsed. So what if that incident happened?
So if that incident happened, it's so unfortunate that we cannot refund the money, but we are just trusting that if we invest it, we will profit.
You cannot refund our money.
No, because I'm saying that if we invest some part of the SRC's money with the aim of maybe increasing the financial status of the SRC. So if we invest, I know that investment and doing business with money really increases the amount. So that is my perception.
That's your perception. But
Yes.
I want to tell you that looking at the good side of investment, you have to what? Look at the
Look at the bad
negative
side
aspect too as well. And also, point 3 said you draw a good budget to make the SRC week celebration in SPH great.
Yes. So one current issue in SPH is that most of our students have this kind of feelings that maybe they are being cheated or they are feeling some inferior because of the way programs are organized in this school. So maybe sometimes when you compare the programs that we organize in Hohoe and SPH, you can see some difference in it. So I'm not saying that the current administration didn't do well, but I'm saying that maybe we can strategize how we do the SRC week and do good budgets so that the program will look attractive for the students properly, so that they wouldn't be thinking that maybe whole people are enjoying more than those staffs is really going on. So that is what I was trying to mean.
Oh, okay. And I want to ask you, do you know the duties of the Provincial SRC Treasurer?
Yes.
Can you outline any three of such duties?
Okay. So the provincial treasurer is supposed to keep all records or receipts of any money that is being transacted. And also, he or she is supposed to make accounts of everything and make records. And also, he or she must also perform any duties that have been assigned by the provincial presidents or the parliament.
Oh, okay. Now, you are the one who's supposed to oversee the financial aspect of the entire thing, okay? And then here lies the case: the president wants to undertake so and so project. The president wants to undertake project A, but I realize that that project A won't benefit the student populace for a while, maybe a short term. And you are proposing something that will benefit the student populace for generations to come. And he disagrees with you. And also team up with the other executives like the WUCOM and the secretary. So now you are one man against three. In such situation, what are you going to do about it?
Like the program that the president has come up with.
Project.
The WUCOM and the secretary
the president
has agreed to it.
Yeah.
But only me, I don't agree to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that one, I know that it is not only the four of us that should come up with a project, because any project that should come up in your mind, at long last, it will end up in parliament, because that is
So you mean you present both budgets for the two projects? Yeah. Oh, okay. I want to ask you what motivated you to go for such position? Yeah. To aspire for the SRC treasurer, provincial. And you said you find keen interest in leadership role. So why didn't you go for the president? Yeah. Oh, okay. And then when I look through your CV, the section for leadership experience, I can see you are the EC rep for Hohoe. You also held positions in your secondary school, course rep, hostel representative, music director, and then a member of what? FISA from 2019 till date. When you look at these positions, you've never held any position related to monetary aspects, managing what? Money or the financial aspect of these various organizations. So how sure are we, or what is the assurance that this provincial SRC treasurer you are going for, you can manage the finances that will be entrusted to you?
Miss Edumata, I have just two questions. Just two, then we move on. So again, policy two, even though honorable member mentioned it, I still want to get into it. First up, I like how you've given us like the policy and how you've explained how you intend to do it. So I read. Treasury management is a rewarding and varied position that helps shape the future of an organization or an institution's financial strategy. We can attest to the fact that business and investment are very good if one wants to generate huge amounts of money, despite the risks attached to it. The three treasurers, those are my emphasis are, the three treasurers, the federal and the two provincial, in collaboration with the president and some other stakeholders, will see to the possibilities of we investing some part of our money in an NGO, emphasis on NGO, or any company or any business in order to improve upon the financial states of the SRC. Now, this method of investing SRC resources, into brackets money, is it constitutional? Yes or no? Just that. So no. Okay, great. Second question. I think you did mention that even when you're going to the market, you even draw budgets, right? So in the spirit of you applying or you being an aspirant to the office of the provincial treasurer, Hohoe campus, I just want you to give me 5 features. Just list them. Don't explain. Just list them. I'm making it very easy for you. List 5 features of a good budget.
how you cut off some of them. Yes, I think this is the three that.
All right, Miss J, Mercy. So the first thing, even though, I mean, like I said, like my honorables have said, I understand how you've presented your documents, very, very, very nice. But my first issue is with point 4. What's the difference between equality and a policy?
Equality.
Yeah.
And
policy.
Policy.
Yeah.
Quality.
Yes.
Like as in kill you.
Yes. So like you're going for the office of Provincial Treasurer, right? I'm saying this because I'm reading point 4, good management and accountability. And then I'm seeing it to be you are giving qualities of a good treasurer, not policy. Like this is the policy documents, but it's not the policy. Do you agree or you don't agree?
Because the particular thing that you want me to, I don't get it.
You don't get it. So the policy is, the quality is you want to end up having a good and accountable office, right?
Okay.
So then your policy is how would you do that? How exactly you would do that? That is what.
Okay. Yes.
So I hope you get it now.
Yes.
So do you agree with me when I say it's like point 4? It's actually you are stating the qualities of a good treasurer, not the policy. Do you agree with me? You agree?
Yes.
You agree. All right. And then good. Point 3. You are saying draw a good budget to make the SRC week celebration in SPH great. Let me ask you why the SRC week celebration that has been happening it's not been great.
Oh no, what I mean is that like we will make it so lively so that a lot of people can participate. We have been doing SRC week celebrations, but the comments of most of our students is that it is not as how the whole people do it. So what I mean is that we will make it so lively and bring up programs that we think it will really attract a lot of people, so that that kind of balance will be
and
there.
have you inquired on why that is so?
Have I inquired about
why that is so? Why you think
no.
is the way it is?
Okay, my president is there, but
Oh, feel free. He will meet you.
oh no, I mean he's here. I have not really gone straight to him to ask about that. But I have talked to the treasurer. So for me personally, I think that what happened this week in this week's celebration is that the publicity was very low.
Publicity.
Yes, because we had this the first one we went out this float. The first one was float. If you come and see the number of people who have been present on campus for that float. So for me, I think that it was the publicity.
It was the publicity.
Yes.
Have you shared this sentiment with your immediate executives?
No.
No.
No, because it was the current this one.
All right, that's
that
fine.
I realized
All right,
that.
all right. So I wanted to also ask. You're going to be provincial treasurer, right? So you have to be abreast with the finance of the whole SRC vis-a-vis the finance of each campus. How many times have you been in a parliamentary sitting?
In the parliamentary sitting?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've...
Do you even know the federal treasurer?
No, I don't.
Have you ever spoken to her before?
Oh no, I only know the provincial treasurer.
So you don't see it, you don't deem it fit to know the federal treasurer?
Oh, it's like, I mean, it's...
So why
it's
haven't
necessary.
So why haven't you gone to look for her?
Yes, that is another point, but I think I will try and...
So are you abreast with the state of the SRC coffers?
No.
You are not. But you are vying for the position of treasurer.
No, yes.
Okay. So you wrote something in point 5. Collaborate with Provincial WUCOM to organize an impactful program for ladies.
Okay.
Can you give the constitutional backing to this?
Oh, no. I don't have any constitutional backings to it. That is why I didn't really say that I will organize the program.
Yes, I know. You said you work with. Yes, that means you work with.
Okay, I believe that even though parliamentarians or SRC executives, everybody has his or her own duties stated in the Constitution. But I believe that we are still doing a teamwork.
No, but if you are doing a teamwork, so for instance, I'm the editorial chair. I work with the intercom chair during SRC week with respect to flyers, publicity, and then dissemination of information and engagement and all that. But I still do it in the power of my office. Do you understand? So once you are the provincial treasurer and you are working with the WUCOM, you will still have to do it in the power of your office. You can't overstep. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That's why I'm saying that. Can you give constitutional backings? Because if I go and work with WUCOM right now, there are constitutional backings to that. Where is even in the Constitution enumerating the functions of the provincial treasurer? Where can we find it in the Constitution?
Okay, it's in chapter 4. That's this one. The treasurer is functions of the treasurer is in chapter 4.
You can only say chapter 4.
Yes.
Okay.
Chapter 4, section 28.
28. I think vying for a position like this, you should know your immediate executives. Find time to go and speak to the current federal treasurer, and then get abreast with the issues with regards to the SRC. Okay.
Miss Mercy, let's start on a friendly note. I know that when it comes to relationship status or marital status, I know if you're not getting married before, and you are either while you are dating but you're not married, it's single. If you are in a relationship and staying with a person, there's one cohabiting, and there is married, there is divorced, and there is widowed. Whether widower or widowed. But you've written never married.
Never married. Yes.
That's what you wrote. Marital status, never married.
Yes, that is a marital status.
That's a marital status, never married. Okay, so that was a friendly note to just give you. I'm sure they've stressed you. So I just wanted a moment for you to. So are you now okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
Now time for business.
Okay.
Okay, so you said you want to invest some of the SRC funds, and they asked you whether the Constitution allows it. So I'm not going to ask you the Constitution, which passage. I'm going to read it for you. Because we are going to assess you based on your policy, whether it is feasible. So I want to ask you a question. So let me first read it, then I ask the question. So chapter 8, article 57. So the chapter is about finance. So 57 is written, withdrawal from student fund. No money shall be withdrawn from the student fund except to meet expenditure that is charged on that fund by this constitution or by a resolution of SRC Parliament and approved by the Dean of Student of Affairs, or in his or her absence, since now we have a female, he's as a senior assistant registrar, student affairs. So it means that your policy of investing some amount of money is not being supported by the Constitution. Do you agree?
Okay.
So that means I can cancel that policy out because for this one it's not feasible. Since the Constitution does not support it, you can't invest.
Okay.
And if in this Constitution is given how money are withdrawn from the SRC, do you know the signatories to the SRC account? Give me 2.
Okay, the president and the treasurer.
President and the treasurer. Okay. But the Dean of Students is one important person.
Okay.
And nothing can go by
Yes.
without he or she signing. So it means that policy is not feasible. Because if I cancel it out, it means that when I'm assessing your policy, I'm not counting that as part. So can I cancel it out? No, because if you say no,
Okay.
then I can.
Yes.
I should cancel it out. Okay, so that policy is out. Now, okay, so then I can't ask the other questions that follow. So he said, SRC printing press.
Okay.
Is it owned by the SRC?
The SRC
Printing press.
Yes.
It's owned by the SRC.
Yes.
So the money that the person gets, that money comes to the SRC. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, so that they can use it for the
No,
improvement.
are you
of-
certain that the printing that you've been doing as students, because you're saying SRC printing press, that means every student knows that if I pay 10 pesos, it's going to the SRC. So are you sure that whatever the person receives from the printing press is coming to the SRC?
It's coming to the SRC.
Yes. Because I say SRC printing press, so I think we have the ownership. That means whatever funds generated is for us. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, please.
But it's not so.
Okay, okay.
It's not so. So, since it's not so, it's not owned by the SRC, how then are you going to use that as an avenue to generate funds?
Okay, I want to know, like, if who owns the...
So
that-
it has been privatized. When I say privatized, someone has been contracted to come and use the space. And the contract has been set on amount the person has to return to the SRC fund. To
Yes,
the SRC.
that- yes.
And the person will also keep a portion. So that is how it's being run.
Yeah, that
so
is how I understand.
I said it's owned by the SRC when I asked initially.
Like actually I called them. That's why I was confused. What I know is that maybe when the money is generated, they have a portion for the person that is working there, and then they have another portion that maybe they
So
can
since
use
it's a
for-
contract, if they stated that the person is supposed to give the SRC 200 cedis, how are you going to use the SRC printing press to generate funds? Because 200 cedis, that's what's stated in the contract.
Okay.
So how are you going to use that avenue to increase funds for the SRC?
Okay, so I was saying that when a lot of students go to that printing press, maybe we are getting, what we are getting is 200 Ghana cedis. But I believe that if a lot of students go and print their copies from that place, I think the money can increase and it would help the
But
SRC.
contract says that SRC is 200 cedis. So if 50,000 people, 50,000 copies are printed, it's 200 cedis going to give to the SRC. It's a contract.
Okay, when I contact the treasurer, she was like, maybe they have the contract that they have is the one that they pay to the person that is working there. So that is why
So I want you to, from what you're saying, that means you don't have a good knowledge on what
no,
is
that
written in the
that is
contract.
what she told me.
That's what she told you.
Yes,
So I
and
think
she
we
being the
need to-
treasurer too, so that's why.
I think also she needs to see the president also
Okay.
and find, because if you want to use that as an avenue, then you have to understand the processes involved. But
Whatever you see, you get it. What you use, not against, but as a source of reference. How would I get it? So I would advise you to say something you are certain of. How would I get it? Because you don't know who is what. I hope you are getting it.
Yes.
It's a lifestyle and it's open to the entire community. So say things that you are sure, so that you don't implicate yourself in any other. Like, I hope you are getting it.
Okay.
I hope you are getting it.
Yes.
Okay.
so before I go to the other point 3, to draw a budget for the SRC week. Do you know who draws the budget for SRC week?
Okay, the SRC week, the entertainment and the sports committee do draw the budget.
So then how are you going to draw the budget? Because they are supposed to draw the
No,
budget.
I think they do the program outline also.
Please, they also prepare budget. I can't do a program outline and allow another person to draw the budget for it. So they do both. So then, should I say that policy number 3 is not feasible? So I shouldn't count it as part of your policies.
Oh no, because
Because you're not the one drawing the budget. So if you're not the one, you should to draw a good budget for the SRC week celebration. And it is done by the entertainment committee. You have no hand in it. You have no hand in it. So then how are you going to draw a budget then? If that is not even your domain in the first place. Because if it is there, but I'm setting feasibility, and I'm giving you a chance to also give yourself a good score under feasibility. So now you've cancelled point 2. Should we cancel point 3? Oh, I'm time bound. Should we cancel point 3? Because if you're left standing, it's not feasible. Because you're not the one doing the budget. So should we cancel it out?
Okay, since you said they...
Yes or no?
Okay, you can cancel it. Yes, it's okay.
Okay. So now, point 4. Good management and accountability. Which one you look at the Constitution, the article you mentioned, 28, it talks about the function of the treasurer. And it gives, in a sum up, I have to give good accounts, so accountability. How are you going to do it? You never stated it. How? You just mentioned a culture of accountability and good management makes good.
Okay, so what I mean is that
how are you going to do it?
Okay, so how I'm going to execute that one point is that I'm keeping all the records, and the receipts that maybe I have gotten very safe so that I can use it in my reports.
What do you mean very safe? In what ways? That when you keep these documents, you refer to as it is being saved.
So you keep it well so that in case that you need it, you will not say that maybe you are not seeing it or something. So you can do the hard copies and then the soft copies so that in case of anything, you will retrieve it back again.
So don't you think you should have stated them here that keeping a good record, and you should explain it in that way. I think that's why you said it's a quality, not... Okay, so I think that is one of the core functions. Then you said collaborate with the provincial UHAS. There's a portion that touched my heart. Empowering women has been my vision since, because I believe there's a lot of potential in women. Why don't then UHAS? Why then not UHAS?
Oh no, I don't know, but that is it. That is it. But
vision for empowering women. Listen, no, you said it's a vision.
It's
a CV or something. You say that is your vision. It means it's very important. And you said you have a vision, and now it's a treasure that you're going to.
Yes, even though that is it, but I still do empower women. Even that is why I said I will collaborate, but our chairman corrected me about that, so I still do it.
So I still checked your academic writing, the scores you had for academic writing, communicative skills. Good, an A and a B+. And now the points labeled, the point 5, collaborate with Provincial UHAS to organize an impactful program for ladies. And in that same program, that same paragraph, you've written that, there will also be an instance where programs will be organized for gents too. The main title is for women. Why don't you create a different point and write as point number 6?
Okay. So our chairman has even...
No. So you bring your document to us. Okay. You know there's a topic sentence, and the other one's supposed to support it. The main topic sentence we said it's about collaborating with the UHAS to organize program for ladies. That means everything under that paragraph should be for how you're going to work with the UHAS to organize program for what? Ladies. So I'm not going to put anything for gents under it.
Okay, like the main focus was really
the ladies.
Yes, so I just shipped in there.
If it was only the ladies, I'll have a question for you. Because you're a treasurer where the money is for both gents.
Yes.
But this is where you also kept that point under a topic. Where you said, you can say collaborate with the Provincial UHAS to organize, in fact, for ladies especially. But maybe something you add the gents to it. Okay. Then we know what the paragraph is about. Okay. I think the question is for now. Thank you.
Madam Mercy, AJ. Okay. My first question is, are you a sports girl?
Sport?
Yeah.
No.
Sport?
No, I'm not a sports.
You don't play football, you don't run, nothing?
No.
Are you sure? Oh wow. Okay. Are you familiar with Microsoft Office?
MS Word. Yes.
Okay. Okay, so looking inside your CV, your skills and working experience, you indicated that using Word document and PowerPoint. So I'm asking, can you use these two that you indicated? Which of them can be used to draw, let's say, a budget or like something related to your portfolio?
Okay, I think Excel will be fine.
Excel?
Yes, but I'm not really good in Excel, though I use Excel, but I'm not really expert in it.
So can you use the Word document to do that?
Yes, I can use it to do that, but for I think when you use Excel, it would have been much easier since it can do calculations and those things for you.
And what about the PowerPoint?
PowerPoint.
Can you also use it for that? Let's say drawing a budget, can you use it?
As I'm saying, like you have
yes or no? Then we continue.
Drawing budgets using no.
You can't use it. Okay. So now that you can use PowerPoint and you can also effectively use a Word document to draw a budget, and you are saying you don't.
No, you can use. I mean, you can use the Word to draw a budget, but I mean that maybe when you want to do the budgeting, or maybe you want to calculate some things or those things, I think Excel would have been fine since it can do calculations and those things. But you can use Word to do your sketch.
And you said you are not good at Excel too.
Yes, I use it, but I'm not that good.
So how can you draw the budget using Excel? Because using Word document, as you said, would be effective. So
yes.
How can you draw the budget?
Yes, so I will still use the Excel, so I will get someone to help me with it.
You get someone to help you. Okay, so do you think it's fair for the SRC to pay for someone to teach you how to use the Excel?
Oh no, I can get my own person to teach me about that.
So if the person would take, let's say, 5 years to teach you, the SRC should be waiting for you to learn how to use Excel.
Oh no, I don't think it will really take much. I'm still doing it, so I think I will be fine with it.
Pardon?
I'm saying that I don't think using Excel or learning how to, it will really take a much time like that. I'm still doing it. It's like I use, but I'm not really expert, so I'm still letting some people help me with that.
Okay, so can we say, let's say someone have your policies, and the person is also good at Excel and Microsoft, let's say Word and PowerPoint. Can we choose the person over you?
Oh no, I can't. I will not say that.
Why?
Because the use of Microsoft is not the only thing for a leadership or something. So if I don't know, or maybe I'm not expert in it, I can still learn it.
Okay. So do you think the Hohoe campus, as in the Hohoe province, will have a separate bank account? Let's say an account where let's say the SRC will allocate some specific money into the account for them.
Like, you mean they will have?
Yes, like they will have, let's say, you help them to create a separate bank account where they will take fund from the student fund and place it inside let's say that bank account for you on your, let's say, campus, for you to use for your day-to-day affairs and the likes. Do you think it's appropriate?
I think it's okay if the parliament will agree. For me, it's fine.
Why? Why do you think it's fine?
Okay, for me, whatever you do, whether maybe we create a certain account or something, I think the parliament will still be the highest decision making. So maybe if you are in the rush that maybe you want to create your own account so that maybe you can manage your own affairs, I think that one is wrong. But maybe if you have the notion that, but I think if we use one account, it's also fine. Since still, if maybe you bring budgets and they approve it, you can still have the money that you want to use to do projects in your campus.
Okay, so that means if there is a suggestion that they should create a separate account, you will tell them not to do it.
If Parliament agrees, it's fine.
No, let's say Hohoe here, you will tell them how, since we have the SRC have one account, let's use that one and forget about this one.
That is why I'm saying that it depends on the idea why you want to create that account. For me, I think the general one is just okay. But if we come on board and maybe the provincial executives come up that maybe we should create our own account, that one is also fine. But for me, since the Parliament is still the high decision making, the joint one is still okay.
Okay.
So let's see, please, how do you do?
How do you do?
Okay, so as a provincial treasurer, what is your source of authority?
Source of authority from the Constitution.
From the Constitution, which is enshrined in?
Which is enshrined, like
where is it found in the Constitution?
Like the treasurer.
Yes.
Like Part 4, Section 28.
Part 4, Section 28.
Yes.
Are you sure? Yeah, sure. Okay.
So Chapter 4. I mean, yes, Chapter 4 rather, not
Don't
Part
worry,
4.
you are being graded, so don't worry. So what are the sources of funds for the province?
Source of fund from the UHAS SRC fund.
So source of fund is from the SRC fund.
Yes. Source of fund for the province.
Yes, please. How do you get money for dispensation of duties?
Yes, from the SRC fund.
Do you know the channels for requesting for those funds? Yes or no?
Yes.
You know the channels. So can you walk me through?
Okay, so I know that if you want any fund to do something, you have to draw the budget and then you appear it to the Parliament so that if they will approve.
So you have a budget. So you would send it to Parliament.
If you have, like, maybe if you have a budget or you have any project that's, maybe you tell the President, then it moves to the Parliament. That's it. Yes.
And what happens?
So they will vote. They will vote, and then if it is approved, then the federal executives too, they take actions, and then maybe
the federal executives.
Yes. Okay, if we approve, it will go to the Dean of Students, and then he will also
How
approve.
will it get to the Dean of Students?
Okay, from the...
Because the Dean of Students is not a parliamentarian.
Yes, like the federal executives.
So the federal executives would carry...
Will make him know, either the president or the treasurer.
Which is which? The president or the treasurer?
I think... Okay, the president.
The president.
Yes, will make the Dean of Students know about the budget and the money that they need. Then he will approve and then he will sign so that...
So when the Dean of Students signs, does it end there?
So the treasurer, federal treasurer too, will sign.
Okay. Does it end there? So when they sign, then you get your money?
Then they will give the treasurer, so it means if the money is coming to the province, the provincial president and the treasurer too will do same.
So as soon as it goes to the Dean of Students, then you can get your money.
Okay, I do not...
I'm saying that the sources of funds, the channel, so you have written a budget, you've sent it to Parliament, it has been approved. Do you get it? The reason is because it's a follow-up question, so I want you to let me know. If you know the process, it's fine. If you don't know, fine. Do you get it? So that we don't waste time.
Well, I don't really know what I'm telling you is what I know.
So you don't, so in other words, you don't know whether that is it or not.
Yeah,
but that is what you think it is. But you don't know the channel. But that is what you are assuming it is.
Yes.
Okay. So the next question is, with your policy, you made mention that we are going to actually have placed asterisks on all of them because with the earlier engagement, some of the statement trashed out. So you even said that they should cancel some of the policies out. But do you want me to still engage you on it, or I should cancel all your policies?
All the policies?
Yes, because I have questions on that. So policy number 3, draw a good budget to make the SRC week celebration great. So should I engage you on it, or you made
okay? No, they corrected it, so
it's no longer a policy.
They corrected me.
So it's no longer part of your policies. Okay, the second one, investing some part of the SRC's money. Should I engage you on that, or it's no longer a policy?
That one too, they corrected.
So that one too is not your policy. It's no longer a policy. The use of the SRC printing press. Should I engage you on that, or that one too, because they raised the concern? So that one too.
Like you can ask the question.
So that one I can engage you on that. Okay, so what is the idea? How would you use the SRC printing press to generate funds?
Okay, so I understand that the SRC printing press, I mean the machines there are not really for the school, it's for someone. So the person is managing it. So I learned the money that is generated,
are you sure what you learned, or are you speculating, or that is what is done, so that we don't
okay
engage?
Like when I call the treasurer, I'm not really I'm not really into it, so I don't know what goes on. So it's a secondary information that probably I will get.
Okay.
So what
you are stating on record that it can be true, it can be false.
Yes, because it's a secondary information that.
Okay, then I can't engage you on that.
Okay.
Then good management and accountability. Let's look at the 5th one. I think everything here you've stated. Let's put that aside. What would you do when you become the SRC treasurer? Because all the policies here, it seems we can't engage you on that. So I want you to tell me 2 things that you will do when you become the SRC treasurer.
Okay. So like proper accountability.
That are skills that are required of you. But what would you do when you become the SRC treasurer? Let me reframe the question. What are the challenges that you've identified with the treasury, the provincial treasury?
Okay, not enough funds.
There's not enough funds.
Yes.
Okay.
On the Hohoe campus too.
So enough funds for?
So we can maybe seek for funds.
For the Constitution says that you can't get money, or you can't withdraw funds if you don't have a specific thing you are using them for.
Yes.
I hope you are getting it. So not enough funds for?
Like if we bring out projects that we want to do.
An example, what project?
Like especially the SRC printing press, as I was saying.
Okay.
So I think that if the SRC printing press, we ourselves, we get our own maybe instruments that we are using.
So
that one would help us so that
when you come into office, you would embark on a project
yes.
of finishing the SRC printing press.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Yes.
So you would buy items and
that belongs to
that would belong to the SRC.
Yes, so that it will improve.
So how are you going to do that?
So that is a project.
Yeah.
So we have to draw the budget.
Okay.
And then we present it.
Okay, that's fine.
Madam Mercy.
Sir.
My co-panel members have exhausted almost everything. Do you have any experience in accounting or financial accounting? Because going through your skills and working experiences, I've not seen anything like you've worked as a financial secretary or anything relating accounting or finance. So do you have any experience from that field?
From that, as I was saying, I have not really held any position regarding finances. But I think in my everyday life, I finance whatever I want to do.
So, do you say you relate your day in, day out, your day-to-day, budgeting?
Okay, but apart from that one, I do not have any idea about
So
bank
how do you
accounting.
think, or why do you think you can be the best person to occupy this office? What do you think? What skills do you have to occupy this office?
What skills?
Yes.
Okay, as
because you don't have any financial accounting skills, anything like that.
Yes.
So what skills do you possess?
Okay, so I think that personalities for a leader. Okay, that's why that I'm going to work at the financial state. Apart from that, I still possess leadership qualities that I can use to.
So the leadership qualities they are talking about, which among them can you relate it to the office that you are vying for?
Okay, as I was saying, I have not really engaged in any financial, apart from my own personal life that I do. And even apart from that, our class too, sometimes we contribute money and buy stuff. So I think that I have a fair idea about that.
So can I say you are not fit to occupy that portfolio?
No, I'm fit.
You are fit, but you are not convincing me.
I'm saying that I have not held any position as a financial manager before, or any situation that is dealing with finances, but I can still manage it since I have at least engaged myself in like maybe my class like this, we can contribute money and then we manage it and buy stuff that the class needs. So I think that I can.
Okay, so you are talking about your personal finance budget.
Yes, because apart from that,
so
I have not really held any
ever
position.
had a trouble enforcing a financial regulation?
Enforcing
a financial regulation.
Regulation?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
You haven't. But do you know that the office that you are going to, it comes with this, challenges. So since you don't have any experience from that aspect, how do you solve that challenge in case you face it? And definitely you will face it. How do you solve it?
Okay, I will still face it because as you grow or as you come across certain positions, you learn from it. So because me personally, I have not encountered financial.
So the office is going to be an avenue for you to do
try
and luck.
But it will still do well.
You are going to do try and luck.
No.
So that means you are going to make a lot of mistakes, right? Because you don't have much experience for the office that you are vying for. So how then do you perform well? So if at the end of, what if you hear, students saying you have failed as a treasurer? How would you take that?
Okay, it wouldn't be a good experience.
Okay, so would you accept it or you will not accept it?
Because I will not fail. That's why I'm saying that.
You will not fail, but you don't have any experience to succeed. Okay, how do you exercise authority? And ensure that objective, this policy that you have stated that has been dropped, how do you ensure that these policies are being, the objective of these policies are being met?
How do I ensure?
Yes. How do you exercise authority? Because you have your policy, right? Your president also have his policy. Your other executives also have their policies. How do you ensure that, or how do you exercise your authority over this policy?
Okay, as I was saying,
because you are talking about the printing press, right? Maybe you would file for budget to buy devices for the SRC at the printing press. That is your policy. Maybe to the president and other executives, it is not in their policy. So how do you exercise your authority there for that policy to be implemented?
Okay, so I will make sure that the budget that I draw is I don't know how to. It's feasible of achieving, and also So I will let them understand the benefit of we having our own printing press so that it will help the SRC. So when I let them know the importance and the benefit that we will derive from it, it would help us.
Okay. So what if they say no, you will not? Would you let it slide or you will still push it?
Okay, so we will present it to the parliament.
You submit it to the president, right?
Yes.
And it's the president who is saying that no, since it's not part of my policy, I wouldn't submit it.
So that is why I'm saying that I will try to let him know about the importance when we get it, how it will benefit all of us. So I will try to talk to him and then.
Okay, my last question.
That
budget is to receive money.
Yes.
So in terms of record and auditing, what do you present to the audit committee?
So your budget that you did one by one and indicate the amount that you spent on that particular item. So then you summarize everything.
So you've not heard of income and expenditure format?
Income and expenditure.
Report or format?
Okay, so you add that maybe I have done the project. Like I have done my budget and I have received the money. So I'm done with the project. So I'm reporting how I spent the money. Okay, so what I'm saying is that...
I'm asking whether you've heard of income and expenditure.
Income and expenditure.
Report, financial report. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
So what are the components?
The components. Okay, the component is the whole money, like the total money that you have done, you have spent, the total money that you have spent, as well as the individual, like the itemized list that you have, each of them, an amount that you spent on each of them, as well as the total amount.
You're going to make work of the auditor very difficult.
Please, you said?
With what you said, the audit committee is going to have problem in analyzing your document. Because the name actually says income and expenditure. So there's an income portion.
Yes, and
so
the expenses will be the itemized.
So you talk about the income.
The income.
Won't you talk about the income?
Yes, you will talk about it.
So you wrote a budget, you had the money. That's your income. And you have to state your income. Whether you had it 4 times or 5 times, you have to state all of them. Give a total of your income. Come to your expenses. You don't need to itemize them individually.
Like that was what I was trying to explain.
Okay, so.
Thank you very much, Miss Ajay Adumata Mercy, for coming around. Please, is there any questions for her? Please, is there any questions for her? Okay. Please, do you have any words?
Good evening, Mercy.
Good evening.
My question is, I know you're coming to step in my shoes, so I want to just ask a simple question. The state of the SRC account in terms of the Hohoe province now, due to how the general account is not that encouraging. I've heard several questions being asked from the panel, but I still want to ask you this question. How best do you think you can still keep the account on a high esteem and to be able to support the projects that the president and other executives will be bringing on board with that limited account?
This fund is not coming from... Yes. Please, you mean that this money that we are talking about will not come from the parliament, but my own way of increasing the fund of the SRC? Oh.
The accounts are not regular, and it still comes from the federal level as being from the SRC account itself. We are not getting the money that we are supposed to get in order to promote the SRC, especially the Hohoe province. So in your own capacity as the incoming treasurer, what do you think you can do, regardless of the amount not coming? but still make sure the projects that your other executives might bring on board will still be carried out and will be effective.
Oh, okay. So that is where like the good management will come in. So we know that maybe the fund that, or the budget, the money received, the thing that we are going to use to do. So we have to, what we are going to do, you have to manage the money. You have to manage the money so that you prioritize the money according to the most important, then it follows like that. I think that would help.
Okay. So I think there's a follow-up. Earlier, you made a submission about the SRC for most of the students. So with what you are saying that the money is not, you would manage the scanty resources that is available. How then are you still going to make sure that you make the SRC week, like what you said? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? You said you are going to promote the activities and make it lively more. Do you get it? By investing more resources. About a situation where the resources are few, yet we have things to do. So how are you going to make sure that you have a joyous and meat-flowing SRC week celebration with that scanty resources? Do you understand the question?
Yes. Okay, so you see, someone can, when it comes to management of money and those things, someone can have a large amount of money but would still not achieve much. But the money was there and the money is spent, but still they couldn't or they will not achieve much. But another person too can have maybe not as what we gave to this one, but still achieve what. So it depends on how you manage it. I really.
Are you sure of what you're saying?
Yes.
If for float, like you mentioned, which was pleasing to your eye, is 5,000 cedis, and the money you've been given is 1,500. How will you manage 1,500 to organize a float of 5,000?
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying that it will depend on maybe the people that you talk to, like the people that you hide the things from, and so that is how you should have these skills that maybe you ask for reductions of something. Like, I mean, you have to manage the money. If you are going for float or something, the money is not that. So the people, maybe the instrument and the people that is helping you for the program to come off. So you have to engage them as well so that you can achieve your aim.
Thank you very much, Miss Mercy. Mata Ajay. Please, before you leave, relax. Yeah, you've been stressed then, don't worry. Can you look at the camera over there and say a few words to your well wishers out there? Thank you.
Okay, so we have brought today's session to an end, and
sorry, please.
Okay. But he said I should say something. Okay, well, please. He said I should wish them well or something. Okay, so thank you everybody for supporting me, and also those who have come earlier for the vetting. I'm wishing you all good luck. Those who are here to vetting tomorrow too, I'm wishing you all good luck and success in your administration. Thank you.